Dragic, who scoots around Simmons, and Covington shoving Dragic. In the meantime, Richardson at the other end, along with Embiid, slow to get up. And here's Embiid scrambling into the picture, and an official's trying to hold him back. And now security personnel are coming out to make sure that nothing happens. But I'll tell you what, Robert Covington, boy, Ben Simmons, unusually emotional. And for sure it's going to be a flagrant foul on Covington, though you wonder with Rocco, is he reacting to something
still on the floor? Well, it looked like he took a side shot from Joel Embiid that he couldn't brace for. And then watch what else happens here.
Harden fouled by Ingram. Do they count it? No. They say the foul occurred before the gather.
And he never put the ball back down.
And I think another technical foul's been handed out. Now Ingram looks like he's confronting Jason Phillips.
Well, the technical foul was on Ingram for shoving James Harden after that play.
I'm not sure what happened.
Ingram, who's usually pretty mild-mannered, was hot. Now Paul punches a throw. Paul and Rondo throwing punches. Ingram comes in. He's throwing punches. Security trying to separate. So are some of the teammates. Boy, that quickly erupted into something ugly. Getting Paul out of it. As Mark said, when Chris Paul was over here, he said that Rondo spit on him.
Garnett with the follow. And the foul right there. And they're going to have to separate Garnett. Pachulia. Joe Johnson and both coaches on the floor. And Eddie F. Rush and Garnett and Pachulia still yelling at each other. It's not over right now. The coaches did a great job of keeping anyone off the benches that would have been automatic ejection and a suspension. Great job by the coaches to make sure no one came off the bench to make this worse than it was.
He's worried about all the shot blockers in there. And as the ball comes to the ground, you see the elbow come up. That's where Pachulia goes back. That's what the original technical is called. Now Pachulia comes back into Garnett's face. That's where he should have just walked away, mind his own business, don't start some, don't escalate the problem.
Clock. And that's an offensive foul. Oh, look out. James and Noah have words. James called for the push-off, for the pushing and shoving between James and so Robinson looked to get involved. And here's Noah being restrained by teammates. Noah's going to get a technical for him because after the fact, he went back into the fray and had some words for James. Remember, this goes back. There's some history here to this year. That streak-busting performance. There's the play. Okay, Noah, after the whistle, reaches in for the ball. James responds. It looks like it's going to be a double technical.
They got it to the shooter.
And now Valanciunas picks up the offensive foul. And he and Beal going at it a little bit. Beal wanted the ball. Valanciunas didn't want to give it up.
They weren't going anywhere anyhow. I understand what both of them were doing. This is just a lot of woof. And this game is picking up. We started out with a little bit of a disagreement with Markieff Morris and OG Anunoby early.
And now it continues to get heated as John Wall and Serge Ibaka exchanged words. And Serge Ibaka began taking some steps towards John Wall. A lot of the assistant coaches have had to come off the bench to settle things down for both teams. And the chippiness has extended here into Washington, D.C. for Game 3.
A chance to look at it with the people there. And Bradley wraps him up pretty good. James Williams gets in there and just says, hey, let it go. Now, here's what I want to see. What got John Wall and Serge Ibaka going? DeMar's talking.
Ibaka is starting to talk. John Wall says some words to
starts to approach him. And all of a sudden the tempers flared.
Where everybody's supposed to be positioned. So Denver's going to have 2 wins over Oklahoma City this year. Oh, Jamal Murray and Russell Westbrook get into it. Technical foul called here. Westbrook shoved Murray, and now Paul George trying to separate. Adams holding on to Jokic. Jamal Murray tried to look like he's tried to step inside of Westbrook, and Westbrook shoved him out of the way. Hernan Gomez and Westbrook join. That was Jokic.
You love it. You really do. You love the intensity that these guys are playing with.
This got started. Look at Jamal Murray. Didn't look like Murray did much of anything there. Westbrook.
Well, that's what losing a game with 35 seconds left will do to you.
And Jokic steps in, looking to defend his point guard. And then he and Westbrook start jawing.
But that's one of the more bizarre calls we've seen.
And this one goes out of bounds to the Kings, and a technical on Pop, and he may be gone. He is absolutely livid, and he is gone. Well, that first one was bizarre. I think this one was just wrong.
Flagrant foul. Unnecessary physical contact against Draymond Green. Steve Kerr is going nuts. Oh, he just slammed down the board. He gets a technical. He might get thrown out. He does. Wow. Man, you rarely see Steve Kerr get that hot. He's still going. The All-Star break starts earlier than Steve Kerr was anticipating.
And to me, the question is that a call?
Drives in Adebayo. Tough falling away. Rebound James back up. And a whistle. James objecting to Jay Crowder's hard fouls. Not sure if the whistle came on the rebound or in the act of shooting. There's no clear signal yet from the officials.
But right now, with second shots.
And the Heat, by the way, are in the penalty. So he's going to shoot free throws regardless.
Of 16, Houston. Awful three-point shooting half. Oh, Barnes threw down Harden after the initial contact. And Matt Barnes, who has been involved in many incidents over the years, in another one here. Getting in the way. Here it is.
You know, that didn't look as bad in slow motion.
Don't do that, though. You're not trying to convince me that this isn't a flagrant.
No. I'm saying I thought it was a flagrant too when it happened live. And
game fourth in the West. World Peace spinning, double team. This barrels inside and draws the foul. As World Peace and Pierce with a little extra pushing and shoving, Garnett gets involved. The officials have to separate them. Now we're going to have, I would assume, some technicals. Well, when you play so many big playoff games, World Peace has gotten a technical, and I believe Garnett. Just silly stuff there. Curtis Blair, good job getting in. He may have taken an elbow.
All time,
well,
right?
It's not totally written yet, but he will absolutely be in that discussion and deserves to be.
Absolutely. And now James Johnson and Serge Ibaka, and James threw a punch. don't want to mess with James Johnson, as we all know. And now Serge.
Walk down the alley with him.
So here it is. It's a little elbow.
Well, you know what? I think probably both of them are going to go.
Well, let me see. Well, definitely double T's. Let's see. Right there, elbow, right there, shove. There really wasn't a punch thrown. It was just a little pushing and shoving. And
Be a factor in this game, but he and Steven Adams going at it during the last time out. Now, they were teammates for 7 years, and it got a little spicy back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like one of my good friends when they ruin one of my...
Contact underneath the rim with Anunoby and Morris, and some shoving between those two.
Wow.
Ibaka gets into it. Tempers flaring early here in D.C.
Markeith's got to be careful. He just pushed Kenny Mauer. See, OG is trailing, so they switch right there. Now he's on Morris. They got hooked up. Markeith's down on the floor, and he's not too happy. So he gets up, and he gets into it with OG and Anunoby.
Yeah, it was a clear foul on Anunoby. Kind of grab Morris up top, and then watch the elbow here, the little extra from Morris.
I'll tell you what, two things happened there that weren't good. He's going to push Kenny Mauer right there.
Yep.
I don't think he realizes what he just did. You don't push an official. First of all, he threw the elbow on OG after OG committed the initial foul, and then he pushes.
Gotta be the one to put us on, cause I ain't waiting for nobody else to make it. Breaking through the game, and I don't want the fame, but if the money comes of being famous, I'ma have to take it. Please don't tell me when you're